Hey everyone, I'm Liam and welcome back to Trend Talk Media.
And I'm Sophie. Today, we are diving into something that, well, it just doesn't add up. We're talking holiday shopping, and the numbers are just huge, but the feeling on the street isn't.
Exactly. We're going to break down this new forecast for holiday sales in the US that tells a really confusing story. A massive record, but with a serious twist. It's what we do here, right? We make sense of the trends everyone's scratching their heads about.
All right, let's just get right to it. The headline number is this one. For the very first time, holiday sales in the U.S. are expected to break $1 trillion.
Whoa, hang on a second. $1 trillion? With a T? That number is so big my brain can't even process it. That is an unbelievable amount of money.
It's a massive, massive milestone. And just to be clear, this is for the big shopping season, November and December.
Okay, so on the surface, this sounds amazing. The economy must be on fire if people are about to spend $1 trillion on gifts, right? Everything's great.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But this is where the paradox really kicks in. This chart kind of tells the whole story over the last few years. The total amount of money is a record for sure, but the picture here is way more complicated.
I see it. Yeah, that growth bar for this year is definitely looking a little shorter than the others. What does that actually mean in plain English?
So, okay, there it is. There's the catch. That big, flashy trillion-dollar headline is definitely not the whole story. Not even a little bit. The real story isn't how much we're spending. It's about how fast that spending is growing. Or, not growing.
And that right there is the fine print. This is what all the economists and the big retail chains are actually worried about. They're looking right past that trillion-dollar number and focusing on the rate of growth.
Right, because if growth is slowing down, that's like a flashing warning light on the economy's dashboard. It means shoppers are getting nervous.
And this chart just makes it so clear. Look back at 2021. We had that insane 12.4% growth in holiday spending. This year, the forecast is down to just 4.2%.
Wow, that is a nosedive. We went from that wild post-pandemic revenge shopping spree to this. It definitely feels like the party is over.
That's a great way to put it. The spending is still happening, but that crazy, explosive energy is just gone.
Okay, so this brings us to the big question. Why? Why is growth slowing down so much if we're still setting a record? What is actually going on with people's money?
Well, the National Retail Federation, the group that did this forecast, points to a few big things. First, and this is no surprise, persistent inflation.
Yeah, the feeling when your grocery bill looks like what you used to spend on a weekend trip. I know that one.
Exactly. And then you layer on things like tariffs making stuff more expensive, plus the constant worry about a government shutdown, which just makes everyone want to hold on to their cash.
So the CEO of the NRF, Matthew Shea, tried to sum it up with this. He said, American consumers may be cautious in sentiment, yet remain fundamentally strong.
Cautious yet strong? That sounds like something a politician would say. What does that even mean? Like we have the money, we're just too scared to use it?
Pretty much. It means our jobs might be stable, but our confidence is shot. We're thinking twice, maybe 3 times before we buy anything.
And that changes everything. Our behavior totally shifts. So how is all this pressure actually changing how we shop this year?
It's creating a whole new playbook for the modern shopper.
Here's the strategy in a nutshell. First, people are cutting back on services. So less travel, fewer fancy dinners out.
Right. We're canceling brunch so we have more money for the gift pile. Makes sense.
Exactly. We're focusing on buying actual things. But, and this is the key, we are hunting for deals like our lives depend on it. Full price is a no-go.
This quote from their chief economist just hits the nail on the head. Consumers are highly promotional. That's a fancy way of saying it's a bargain hunter's world.
It really is. And retailers know it. They have to slash prices and run huge sales just to get you in the door, even if it hurts their own bottom line.
So if a store isn't having a massive 50% off sale this year, they're probably going to be in big trouble.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. What does this actually mean for you, for us? Because these big economic trends have a very real impact on jobs and what it feels like to go shopping.
Yikes, these numbers are really telling. Last year, almost 450,000 seasonal jobs. This year, it's a lot less. It's a huge drop. They're only forecasting about 265,000 to 365,000 new hires. Retailers are just playing it safe. They're not staffing up for a boom because they just don't see it coming.
Okay, so let's put it all together. We have record spending, but slowing growth. We have nervous shoppers and fewer seasonal jobs. What's the bottom line here? What's it actually going to feel like out there? Well, here's the quick summary. For you as a shopper, expect stores to be super aggressive with sales, and for those sales to start way earlier.
So it's good news if you're looking for a deal, but really tough news for anyone hoping to make some extra cash with a holiday job.
That's it. And the overall vibe is going to be about value. People will still spend, but they'll be looking for practical things, necessities, not so much the big, flashy luxury items.
Which brings us right back to this strange paradox. A record-breaking number that's really just hiding a much more nervous and careful story.
So that leaves us with a final question. Is this trillion-dollar holiday a sign of a strong economy that can handle anything? Or is it a quiet warning sign of trouble ahead? What do you think?
Let us know below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Trend Talk Media. Catch you next time.